You know what's crazy? When you really look back at the Roc-A-Fella era, there were so many untold stories that never made it to the surface. Omillio Spark just dropped a whole new one, a new gem. He said flat out, number 2 is not the goal. Number 1, lock and load, Hall of Fame, rock and roll, call my name. That energy right there, that's the hunger that they all had. Omillio explained that back then state property had tons of records, 35, maybe 40, and half of them never seen the day of light. He said a lot of them were stuck in the vault. Some were sitting on Flex's hands. Our records went straight to Flex, he said. We didn't even have what y'all had. We record, Flex get it, and he put it in, and then he throw it into the Tunnel album. Imagine having 40 records ready to go, and they just disappear into the industry storage. That's the kind of frustration these artists are living with. But Omillio kept it real. He didn't cry about it. He said people right now, they're paying $300, even $350 for those old physical CDs. Because Apple Music wasn't around back then, and if you didn't have the physical copies, you were done. That's why he flipped the whole game into a hustle mode. I got merch, shirts, socks, shorts. I'm packing it up and selling it. I'm a hustler, baby. And when things hit the fan, he pivoted. That's maturity. That's business. Then he said something deep. Trying to erase history is diabolical, because think about it. They built the brand, and they became part of hip-hop's legacy. And now people act like it never existed. He's like, they act like you wasn't part of it. I'm an angry black man now? That got me chopped. You can hear that frustration, not just from one man, but from the entire movement that felt forgotten. When the split came, Jay went on one side, Dame went on the other side. Omillio said he didn't even have a choice. It was the split sheet situation. Some went with Jay, some went with Dame, and he decided to go home and regroup because, in his words, I didn't really know all the details. That's a mature move. He went to create his own projects. Goodbye to yesterday, hello to tomorrow. Then he dropped the Payback album with Koch. And then the question came for everybody, and they all wanted to know, did working with Oschino hurt your career? Omillio didn't dodge it. He said maybe a little, not because Oschino did him dirty, but because O was rough around the edges, and that could intimidate people. He said some folks just didn't want to deal with that energy, but Omillio made it clear. He is his own man. He said, I can't imagine why they tied me to that. I was always in the cut doing what I do. And then came one of the most mature lines in the interview, a quote that defines growth. And it reads, you gotta let the right people drive. If they are comfortable with certain people, then let them drive. Ride the shotgun with them. That's leadership talk right there, he said. He never cared about being the center of attention. He went on and then he became a businessman and they got the business done. That's something most artists never figure out. What I love most is how Omillio flipped it. Instead of dwelling on old beef of the industry politics, he started to make movies, over 24 of them. And he said, y'all weren't even paying attention, so I started my own business moves. Now it's renovating right now. That's how you gotta be turned up, because you're being overlooked all the time with opportunity. And the wisdom he chose, and the wisdom that was closed, if you start it, you gotta finish it. That's the mindset of a finisher, someone who grew from the chaos. He said, you mix the street beef with corporation rooms, nobody wins. The real play is maturity, communication, and knowing when to remove yourself from the nonsense, and that shows the value for somewhere else. That wasn't just an interview, it was a lesson in business, loyalty, and personal growth. From the vault records to lost opportunities to self-made moves, Omillio reminded us that the world still needs real energy.